Right now, the man shot by former DCI agent Mark Wagner takes the stand. This as the trial enters its second week. Also, SSM Health St. Mary's in Janesville creates and celebrates a brand new addition to its cancer care center. And later, the Madison Reading Project is on its way to adding another bus full of books. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Thanks for joining us. Eric has the week off. We begin tonight with the trial of DCI agent Mark Wagner entering its second week. Wagner is charged with recklessly endangering the public for his role in the arrest turned shooting of Quadron Wilson. Today, Wilson took the stand to testify against Wagner. Our Brady Mallory is here with what we know so far. Brady?
The incident occurred in February 2022 when Wilson was wanted on drug charges at that time. Last week, jurors heard from multiple agents on the scene that day, including a now retired DCI special agent. Today, Wilson took the stand to give his side of the story. Prosecutors mainly focused on Wilson's past leading up to the incident. They also asked him about what he remembers from the shooting.
They got out of the front car and immediately you just put your hands up.
Yeah, when they told me to put my hands up.
And then you said, as one of them, you didn't know which, said, quote, "He's got a gun."
That's all I heard was he got a gun.
He's got a gun.
Yelling, yeah.
You heard someone say that?
I heard somebody scream, "Gun, he got a gun," yes.
And you said, "No, I don't."
I screamed no and I dove towards the passenger side.
And then you heard 15 to 20 different shots.
Man, it felt like 1,000 shots, to be honest with you.
Wagner's trial is ongoing, so it is likely that we will continue to hear from key witnesses in these events. It's scheduled to last until the end of the week. Make sure you stay tuned to News 3 Now here and on our website, channel3000.com, for all the latest updates.
A 6-year-old child is still in critical condition after an ATV crash 2 weeks ago. The Muscoda Police Department is giving more details on that crash. According to a release, the ATV was being driven by the child's father. He was going almost 10 miles per hour over the speed limit when he failed to stop at a stop sign, hitting a trailer. The father has been released from the hospital and was cited for multiple ordinance violations. Well, a little wind and some rain today. Let's check the first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. That's a lot of green out there.
Yes, it is. Across Dane County, it's expanded quite quickly, and we need those drops. Charlotte out there with those dry conditions continuing. Really all of Dane County seeing rain, except if you're our friends off towards the north and towards the west, or let's say out towards Black Earth, heading out towards Arena, just west of Dane. That area is dry at this moment, and then we're seeing this live television right now as it updates across the area right now. Those rain showers are increasing across the area, and as I said, we desperately need them. Orfordville, you might be having a clap or two of thunder. Not going to be surprised to see an isolated thunderstorm with this shower and shower activity over the course of the night tonight. And along with the showery conditions, again, this is moving from south to north across the area. We also have gusty winds, as Charlotte was alluding to. We have had some wind gusts here, upwards of 25 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour. So with those showers, we've got those breezy conditions out there as well. 6-hour future track showing widespread rain, especially from Madison and points to the east of 39 and 90. Although southwest Wisconsin, you'll get your clip of shower and thunderstorm activity tonight. If you're someone like me, especially as it gets dark, any of that heavy rainfall and local ponding of water, you add the glare on that road. It's not going to be a nice night for driving out there, but it will be a nice night for the soaking of the rain again that we need. Temperatures for your highs tomorrow in the lower 50s coming up in Maine weather. We're going to track the crash in the temperatures. It will be warm early, but it won't stay, the warm weather won't stay around for too long. That's coming up, Charlotte.
Well, the Madison Reading Project is on its way to adding another bus full of books. A fundraising campaign is underway to buy the bus, which will be much larger than the current reading bus. And they got a big boost from the Madison Junior League with a $50,000 match donation. The bus will bring books to kids to places around the county, and the current bus has been on the road for 10 years now.
Our entire purpose is to make sure that kids have access to material that they are excited about, that they want to read, that reflects their identities and the languages they speak at home. And so being able to come on our bus and look at the wide variety of selection and really find that is really cool, and it's a really fun experience that we all get to have here as staff at Madison Reading Project.
They hope to have the new bus on the road by the end of May. Two insulin products manufactured by Eli Lilly will temporarily be in short supply. The company said 10 milliliter vials of Humalog and the insulin Lispro injection will be limited at wholesalers and some pharmacies until the beginning of April. Eli Lilly cited a brief delay in manufacturing as the reason for the shortage and said it will ship the medication as soon as possible. The medications are still available in pre-filled pen versions. If you have trouble getting your prescription filled, the company said you should check other pharmacies or contact your healthcare provider to discuss other treatment options. Well, it is just over 1 week until the presidential primary here in Wisconsin, and the Wisconsin DMV is sharing how you can vote if you do not have an ID. First, it says to start on its website, where you could get a free ID if it is being used for voting. Next, bring the required documents to the nearest DMV. That includes a birth certificate, proof of identity like a passport, and proof of residency. Governor Evers is dedicating a portion of State Highway 11 to a fallen soldier. Corporal Benjamin H. Neal was a graduate of Parkview High School. On April 25, 2012, Corporal Neal died from injuries caused by an explosive device in Afghanistan. Some of his honors include the Purple Heart and Bronze Star. Today, the governor signed Act 215, designating part of State Highway 11 as the Corporal Benjamin H. Neal Memorial Highway. The governor releasing a statement that reads in part, "A decorated war hero, Benjamin H. Neal, exemplified the very best of us, showing courage in the face of danger and unwavering commitment to the well-being and safety of our nation," end quote. SSM Health St. Mary's in Janesville is celebrating a brand new addition to its cancer care center. The Hope Blooms resource space opened today for anyone undergoing cancer treatment. That includes people who are not receiving care at SSM Health. The resource space is giving many free offerings, including wigs and activities that patients say can be really helpful.
It was unreal what they sent in. So they can come in and patients or their families can come, get it, and it's theirs, free.
Hope Blooms is run by a dedicated group of volunteers who have supported the cause. The city of Middleton says it will start brush collection on April 1st. Brush should be separated from other materials and leaves and be left on the curb within the city right-of-way by 7 a.m. on the Monday of your collection week. So here's the schedule. Residents south of University Avenue and west of Park Street should put brush out on April 1st. Residents south of University Avenue and east of Park Street should put brush out on April 8th. And residents north of University Avenue, west of Allen Boulevard should have brush on the curb on April 15th. And finally, those north of University Avenue and east of Allen Boulevard should put out their brush on April 22nd. Coming up, a local community is awarded with a grant from T-Mobile. What they plan to do with that money. Plus, popular fast food restaurant Chick-fil-A is going back on a promise it made about its chicken. We'll tell you about that after this break.
Watching News 3 Now at 6. Brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
At Gruber Law Offices, you pay us nothing until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to get the results and compensation you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Why choose between that new deck you've been wanting and that vacation you've been dreaming about? Get both. A deck that outlasts wood 3 to 1 and up to a 7-day vacation on one of the top cruise lines or at one of our hundreds of resorts with no blackout date restrictions. Call now or visit the website for your new deck today.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We forge steel bars that hold up bridges, propel ships, and send rockets into space. But for years, China's been lowballing their prices, so it's been tough to compete.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs, so I wrote a law to require American infrastructure projects use American iron and steel.
Tammy Baldwin got President Trump to sign her Made in America bill. And then she got President Biden to make it permanent.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Tammy Baldwin has our back.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
News 3 Now brings you a preview of Wisconsin's spring elections, what you need to know before heading to the polls on April 2nd.
Plus analysis from both sides on the key issues today and moving forward to November.
Campaign 2024, Battleground Wisconsin, Tuesday at 6:30.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
Welcome back. The Sun Prairie Chamber of Commerce is one of T-Mobile's 25 hometown grant recipients. The chamber won a $25,000 grant from the program, and the plan for the grant money is to install solar panels on the renovated Chamber of Commerce building. To select a hometown grant recipients, T-Mobile works with Main Street America and Smart Growth America to look at applications based on their level of detail, community impact, feasibility, and other considerations. Each quarter, T-Mobile doles out 25 hometown grants to small towns with populations of 50,000 or less. The Biden administration is spending $6 billion to slash planet-warming pollution from heavy industries including cement, steel, and aluminum. The funding will go to more than 30 factories around the country that are taking steps to cut about 14 million metric tons of carbon dioxide annually. That equates to taking about 3.3 million cars off the road in a year. The funding comes from a combination of the Inflation Reduction Act and the bipartisan infrastructure law. Chick-fil-A is doing away with its no antibiotics ever promise. The fast food giant will now use a looser industry standard, no antibiotics important to human medicine. That's the standard recognized by the USDA and the World Health Organization. Chick-fil-A first pledged never to serve chicken that was fed antibiotics in 2014, but the company cited diminishing chicken supply as the reason for abandoning that policy. Antibiotic use in food production has come under intense scrutiny in recent years. Certain bacterial infections in humans have become increasingly treatment resistant because of more frequent exposure to the drugs. Well, you have two opportunities to get rich quick this week from both the Powerball and Mega Millions jackpots. Tonight, the Powerball's $800 million jackpot is up for grabs. If someone were to win it tonight, it would be the 6th largest in the game's history. The lump sum payment would be more than $384 million before taxes. If you don't win that prize, tomorrow, you can try to win the $1.1 billion Mega Millions jackpot. The cash option for that prize is listed at $525 million before taxes. When we come back, a Wisconsin ski resort gets some much-needed snow. Plus, a growing trend in healthcare, how virtual nursing is helping to reduce burnout. And cool and dry for most of the week. Alex has the complete forecast after this break.
Look, I'm not a young guy. That's no secret. But here's the deal. I understand how to get things done for the American people. I led the country through the COVID crisis. Today, we have the strongest economy in the world. I passed a law that lowers prescription drug prices, caps insulin at $35 a month for seniors. For 4 years, Donald Trump tried to pass an infrastructure law, and he failed. I got it done. Now we're rebuilding America. I passed the biggest law in history to combat climate change because our future depends on it. Donald Trump took away the freedom of women to choose. I'm determined to make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again. Donald Trump believes the job of the president is to take care of Donald Trump. I believe the job of the president is to fight for you, the American people, and that's what I'm doing. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Can we do one more take?
Look, I'm very young, energetic, and handsome. What the hell am I doing this for?
Go long.
That's a championship lawn. Be ashamed if some weeds took the title.
Nice hit, Johnson. Are you sick and tired of your lawn getting sacked by weeds? Then sign up with Weedman to help you achieve a lush, green lawn that stands up to weeds. Did I mention that it was kid and pet friendly? Tackle weeds on your home turf with Weedman. Call or click today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to hit the road, tackle the yard, or start a new project, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, just $12.99. These Scott's Turf Builder products start at $64.99 after sale and mail-in rebate. All Longfield spring bulbs, 15% off. And all Bucket Boss tool bags and accessories, 20% off. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Catch the Bucks on broadcast TV when they square off with the Pelicans on your new local home for select Bucks games. Watch Giannis and the Bucks fly into NOLA to zap Zion and the soaring Pelicans. It's Dame time in the Big Easy. Bucks, Pelicans on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Thursday, March 28th at 7 on Television Wisconsin. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
A growing number of hospitals are experimenting with virtual nursing to help reduce burnout and turnover. One study estimates around 800,000 nurses say they intend to leave the workforce by 2027, forcing hospitals to come up with new ways to retain staff. Natalie Brand reports from Maryland.
After 4 deployments as an Air Force nurse and more than 20 years on the job, Sharissa Jackson needed a change.
How you doing? How you feeling?
She traded her scrubs for a screen and is now working as a virtual nurse at Doctors Community Medical Center in Prince George's County, Maryland.
It doesn't require you doing a 12-hour shift. It doesn't require you giving shots or passing out pills.
She says the new role helped her combat burnout.
It was essential for my mental health to find a way to still use my expertise after I left the military.
A recent survey finds burnout for physicians and nurses remains above pre-pandemic levels, with staffing shortages noted as a key contributing factor, along with too many bureaucratic tasks.
Virtual nurses have taken off significant administrative burden to our floor nurses.
Chief Nursing Officer Crystal Beckford says her hospital's virtual nurses focus on areas such as patient outreach and education, admissions and discharge instructions, allowing their counterparts to be more hands-on at the bedside.
I'd say anywhere from an hour to 90 minutes, an hour and a half, it's given back to that floor nurse.
Which could save a life in hospital time.
It could save a life, and it can also save a nurse from turnover.
My health 24 hours, things have changed.
Patient Janelle Jackson, experiencing a virtual nurse for the first time during her hospital stay, appreciated the extra attention.
The regular nurses may not always be able to get to you.
How did it feel you walking around?
Innovation, improving outcomes for all sides.
While the virtual nurses in that hospital work within the building, other virtual nurses work remotely from call centers. There's also a hope that one day they could potentially work from home. Well, we could be in for more rain overnight into tomorrow. Here's Alex with the complete forecast. Hi, Alex.
Hey there, Charlotte. Yes, plenty of rain in the forecast for the next 24 hours. Plenty of mild weather, too, in the forecast. After the wet weather and the mild weather, we're going to trade that in all for cold weather by the time we get to your Wednesday. But let's plan your evening. Right now, those showers are spreading across all of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures right around 50 degrees, so that's the plus. At least it's not a cold rain relative for this time of year. Lots of green out there. During our 4 and 5 o'clock show, the greens are way to the south, but it's overspread much of Dane County. You got to go off towards the west, out towards Black Earth, heading further west out towards Arena to see a little bit less in the way of that green activity, but it is becoming more widespread. Down towards Footville on 11, or towards Orfordville, maybe a passing clap or two of thunder east of Broadhead as well. We could be looking at a couple of isolated thunderstorms tonight, too. And our friends in Harmony, Janesville up towards Milton on 59, also seeing a little bit more of the heavier, steadier precipitation, so windshield wipers are going. And I know myself personally, I'm not the best at driving at nighttime when it comes to rainfall with that glare on the road. Really eyeing up areas, let's say, from Darlington to Dodgeville, up towards Spring Green, just south of the Dells, and east towards Marquette and Green Lake counties. That's the back edge of this band of showers with that isolated thunderstorm threat And Future Track doing a good job with that too, showing the darker greens and the yellows more from Madison and points off towards the east as we head through at least the evening hours. Overnight tonight out towards the west, more scattered showers and a couple isolated thunderstorms. We'll move on in here as we head towards 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So southwest Wisconsin, you'll get your share of shower and thunderstorm chances as well. And one more band here as this weather system moves through at noon. Again, thunderstorm threat pretty low, but if you do happen to capture one of those thunderstorms, could have some small hail with that. And as we move forward here, even further into the afternoon, those winds are going to turn around from the west, and I'll show you that those temperatures are going to cool off relative to where we start. Warm on your Tuesday morning. 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, especially for Madison and points to the east. A little bit less over southwestern Wisconsin. 1/4 to 1/2 inch of water is expected. Temperatures on your Tuesday, warm for this time of year, right around normal, low 50s. But then as we get into the afternoon hours, like I said, those winds turn out of the northwest. Look at our temperatures this time tomorrow night, upper 30s, mid 30s over southwest Wisconsin. Not going to be shocked to see a couple of snowflakes here mixing in as that weather system moves on out. The next chance of precipitation after our wet weather maker here Monday going on into Tuesday will be as we head out towards Friday, Saturday, and perhaps some Easter Sunday showers as well. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Bottom line is here, showers and thunderstorms tonight. In our recap, temperatures fall Tuesday afternoon. A cold Wednesday is in store. How cold? We're going to drop 10 degrees pretty quickly on your Wednesday. Very cold start to the day in the lower 20s. That next chance of rain Friday going on into your Saturday. Maybe some showers as we go Sunday on into your Monday with a weather system that will be passing for areas pretty close to southern Wisconsin. Keeping an eye on that. At this point in time, it's not looking like a big wet weather maker like our current weather system. But we'll be keeping an eye on that weather system nonetheless. And temperatures for this time of year staying seasonably cool. Not seeing any snow in the forecast as we move from March into April.
Some struggling winter businesses are taking advantage of some recent snowfall. Granite Peak up in Rib Mountain has been touted as a resort that is great for rookie skiers and snowboarders. It's been quite the season, though, for the resort, having to close and adjust hours on some days due to the warm weather. However, the general manager says they've stayed resilient through it all.
A couple of weeks ago, I think everybody was doubting whether or not we would get into late March, even April. And here we are, and ski conditions are actually phenomenal.
The Granite Peak season ends Sunday, April 7th. The 24-25 season passes are now available online. Coming up, some Badger basketball players enter their names in the transfer portal. Plus, the Badger men's hockey team in playoff bound. Find out which bracket they're in and who their first opponent will be.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Washington has become corrupt. Career politicians sell themselves to special interests and end up working for them and not you. I've worked hard, been fortunate. I don't need their special interest money, and I won't take it. If you decide to elect me as your next senator, I'll donate my entire salary to a Wisconsin charity every year. I'm Eric Hovde. I can't be bought, and I'll put you and our country first. I approve this message.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
This week at Hy-Vee, get ham for the same price as in 2005. That's the same price as nearly 20 years ago. Just $1.49 a pound. Get Cook's Super Trim ham portions for just $1.49 a pound. That's right, just $1.49 a pound. Plus other great deals on everything you need for Easter. All week long, only at Hy-Vee.
March is the month of tournaments. The Wisconsin men's hockey team knows who they will face in the first round of NCAA tournament. The Badgers will battle the defending national champions, the Quinnipiac Bobcats. If they win 2 games, they'd move on to the Frozen Four in St. Paul, Minnesota. The Badgers won 26 games this season under first-year Mike Hastings, doubling their win total from a year ago. And the team believes their opponents so far this season have prepped them for a run in the tournament.
Playing in the Big Ten it's competitive hockey. There's really no nights off. And I think it probably does prep you pretty good for the national tournament. And we also had a pretty hard non-conference schedule too. So I think it definitely helped us and prepped us for this tournament. But at this point of the year, like, you could be any team and you have the right mindset, right effort, right attitude. You can go in and whatever happens, happens. It's hockey.
The puck drops against the Bobcats at 4:30 Central on Friday in Providence, Rhode Island. And it was a heartbreaking ending for Mark Johnson and the Badger women's hockey team, losing to Ohio State in the national championship yesterday, 1-0. It was a scoreless game in the third period until Joy Dunn scored the only goal of the game with about 7 minutes to go. The Badgers will now have to wait another year to extend their record championship haul to 8. Well, after a promising freshman season for the Badgers, many were excited to see what was next for Connor Essegian in year 2 for the Badgers. But after an early season injury and seeing less play time, Essegian is now looking for a new school. Last night, he announced on social media that he will be entering the transfer portal. In the post, Essegian thanked his teammates and coaches and the fans for their support. Meanwhile, redshirt freshman Ross Candelino and walk-on Luke Hurdle have also entered the transfer portal. Not entering the transfer portal is Alex Harrington.
Yes.
He's here with a look at our forecast.
Yeah, here and present, and so are the rain showers out there. Planning your evening, those rain showers will continue. Maybe a clap of thunder as well tonight, but by this time tomorrow night, Charlotte, temperatures quickly exchange from 50s to upper 30s, maybe a little bit of a mix with that. Overall amounts, Madison and Point C, east 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, a little bit less over southwest Wisconsin.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. And thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.